Cryos, Whisper Ridge After the Pulse, Book 2, by Sean Liscom. I stood in the communications room of the Whisper Ridge Community Center, snow still clinging to my coat and boots from the blizzard outside. I hadn't bothered to brush it off. The air inside was warmer than the storm, but not by much, and the static hiss of the radio filled the silence like a second storm pressing in on me. I leaned against the table, exhausted from being out most of the night with Lisa, trying to track the missing hunters. We had found nothing. One of the hunting teams hadn't made it back last night. No radio contact, no sign of them in the dark. The storm had erased every trail faster than we could follow it. By the time the exhaustion and hypothermia forced us back, we were empty-handed. Lisa had gone home to change into dry clothes and warm herself. I couldn't leave. I couldn't stop listening and waiting. I should have called it off. That thought gnawed at me, louder than the radio static. Supplies were low, yes, but the storm had been too dangerous. I should have known better, and now 2 people were gone. The winter had already taken too much from us, lives, strength, hope, and I hated that I might have added to the toll. My knuckles whitened against the edge of the table as I tried to hold myself together. The door opened quietly behind me. Tessa stepped in, bundled against the cold, her cheeks flushed from the wind. She carried a dented thermos and set it down beside me. "Tea," she said. Coffee had become a luxury now that it was nearly gone. The bitter leaves steeped in hot water were the closest thing to comfort we had left. I unscrewed the lid, steam rising in a thin curl, and took a sip. The warmth cut through the chill in my chest, though it did nothing for the guilt. "You look half frozen," she said. "I've been worse," I muttered, though my voice sounded heavier than I meant it to. "Thanks for this. I needed it." She leaned against the wall, arms crossed, watching me. "Lisa said you were out there most of the night. You should have come back sooner." "Couldn't. Not with Cecil and Andy still missing. I kept thinking maybe 1 more mile, 1 more ridge, and I'd find something." Her eyes softened, but she didn't let me off the hook. "You can't carry all of it, Mason. You'll break if you try." I took another sip of the tea, bitter and thin, but warm enough to keep me anchored. I should have called it off. Sending them out with this storm coming, it was reckless. "You made the call you thought you had to. We're all borderline starving. Everyone knows the risks of being on a hunting team. Doesn't make it easier when it's my decision that puts them out there." She stepped closer, her voice quieter now. "You don't have to do this alone. You keep acting like you're the only one holding Whisper Ridge together, but you're not. You've got me, you've got Lisa, Elijah, even your mom." "You make it sound simple." "It's not simple, but it's easier when you let someone stand next to you." The silence stretched between us, heavy but not uncomfortable. I wanted to say more, something about how much her presence mattered, how the nights felt less hollow when she was near, but the words stayed locked inside. Instead, I nodded and lifted the thermos. "Then stand here with me a little longer." "I already am." Her lips curved into the faintest smile. Another hour passed. The storm outside hadn't eased, and none of the 4 search teams had anything new to report. The radio hissed and popped, filling the room with static. Christy, the young operator barely out of her teens, turned toward me, her voice careful. "The batteries in their radios probably froze out there. That's why we can't reach them. It happens in this kind of cold." She meant it to soothe me, but all I could think about was what the cold might have done to them, not just their radios. I knew the toll it had taken on Lisa and me last night, how the wind had cut through every layer of clothing, how the cold had clawed at our lungs. If it had been that bad for us, what chance did Cecil and Andy have? You have been listening to an audiobook excerpt from Cryos, Whisper Ridge After the Pulse, Book 2, by Sean Liscom. Published by Creative Texts Publishers, LLC. All rights reserved. Visit our Creative Texts website at www.creativetext.com to check out all of the other great authors and titles available from the Creative Texts catalog.